Hi, welcome back. I'm Brandon Williams. I'm the state of Colorado's Digital Transformation Officer. And today I am here with...
Gary Hodge. I'm the Program Manager for Fiscal Contracts in our contracting group with OIT.
All right, so this is amazing. And over the last couple of years, Gary and I have worked, sorry, we had a little bit of wild interference there. But over the last couple of years, Gary and I have worked really close together. Before coming to OIT, I was a history major, so numbers and finance are something that I have come to reluctantly. And Gary helped me appreciate them in a much bigger and different way. One of the things that we struggle with in OIT that Gary's been able to help us with is issues around cost savings, cost avoidance. How do we actually report to the legislature? How do we report to the agencies we serve on how their invested dollars actually come back to them in terms of cost avoidance, cost savings, etc. So tell me a little bit about what you do and where you fit into the organization.
As far as cost savings and avoidance, I took on the role of actually substantiating and gathering the information for our cost saving avoidance about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that was in conjunction with our Chief Financial Officer, Brenda Berlin. When OIT was formed, there was a mandate by the legislature to achieve a certain level of cost saving and avoidance to pretty much justify the existence of the creation of the Office of Information Technology. At that point in time, that they established a target goal of $3 million a year that they would like to see OIT obtain. And again, that was to come from the combination and inclusion of all the other agencies under one umbrella for IT activities.
Yeah.
We've been successful in that effort, as Brandon's aware, in large part because of adopting a procedure by the National Association of State Purchasing Organizations, NASPO, that kind of benchmarked everything for us, kind of set out the parameters that they established as a purchasing organization, as a national purchasing organization, that we could look at and that they felt were the underlying reasons and concepts for cost savings and avoidance. Yeah. And we did adopt that, again, about 4 years ago, and it's worked very, very well for us.
I'll tell you, from a program manager perspective, it was insanely useful because it gave me a template. It gave me a guide.
Exactly.
And being able to come and ask you questions over how could we interpret these potential cost avoidance metrics, or under what umbrella, how long can we carry those kind of cost avoidance metrics? I mean, it took a program that we have under Google, and in the last 4 years, we've been able to realize, I think it's north of 12.5 million in cost avoidance. But it gave me that framework as a program manager to be able to put that together.
It did for all of us, and that's exactly right. It did for all of us. It did establish a framework. When you go out and look at the information available for cost savings and avoidance, for the most part, it's fairly scant.
Yep.
NASPO has been at the point that we looked at it and actually decided to adopt it. It had already been adopted, and don't have an exact count, but at least 5 or 6 different states had looked at and said that they were going to use parts or all of it, for their framework for calculating cost savings and avoidance.
I'm going to tell you, I'll include in the link to this video a link to the actual guidelines so others can take a look for themselves as well. Well, I think it's really exciting too, not just what happened with our program, but over the last few years, we've seen this rise in all of the other programs adopting similar. So we've seen kind of a leveling up of the programs to the legislature.
We have, and as you're aware, we have an annual reporting to the legislature on how we're doing with that. We've been very fortunate, and partly in because of our leadership and what we're doing, that we've been very successful in the cost-saving efforts. We have vastly exceeded that $3 million target in many years, and Brandon's well aware, a great deal in part to a group that he leads.
it's under Gary's guidance and tutorship that we actually put it into play. But I'm really excited about it.
We all are.
I think it's been really cool to see it evolve over the last few years. I think where we're looking next to take it, I would love to be able to start putting it more as a standard, having more and more templates available, and start integrating it into planning of projects at the planning stage, so we're capturing it on the front end.
And we're getting more and more to that point. Since we started this, the NASPO guidance, and working on this, as I said, 4 or 5 years ago, that we've seen a lot more come to the fold as a result of having a framework for it. And we kind of look with an intent now when we enter into agreements that we are looking is, what difference does it make? Does it save us money?
Yeah.
Are we avoiding some costs? And if we're avoiding some costs, what are those costs? And it's been a blessing, and we've been very pleased with the results of it.
Well, I have to give you credit. You did something that my teachers and my parents and stuff never thought would happen, which was I actually got into math.
I wish I could take real credit for it, but as I maintain, I'm just gathering information that other people work very, very hard
It was cool.
in order to achieve. And so,
we appreciate it. And so, okay, so you're not staring at spreadsheets or a computer screen. What do you do when you're not educating others about the value of saving?
Well, to be honest with you, currently retirement is it's very close in my window.
Right
and
on.
So, once I do retire, it may even be as early as the end of this year.
Uh-oh.
My wife and I will do a lot more hiking than we're currently doing.
Great.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and golfer.
Oh, good. I need some
All of
instruction
that.
there too.
And
So-
then I have to add, the crown to all of this is I've got 5 grandchildren between 12 and 2 years old. And I
Awesome.
plan to spend a lot more time with them.
Oh, that is great, man. That is, I think we're all kind of dreading that day internally, but that sounds awesome.
Thank you, Brenda.
Well, cool. Well, thanks, and we'll put those links in the video.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Bye.
Appreciate it.